Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a what if battle. My second one. You know, your boy is on that grind, bruh. Anyway, so this battle is going to be between Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, whatever you want to call it, and Naruto. And as you might have guessed by the title, it's Hisoka versus Orochimaru. Let's get it. Okay, so if you're new to my channel and don't know what a what if battle is on this channel, basically I pick two characters from either the same anime or a different anime, and I pair them up against each other, obviously, and then I discuss the weaknesses and the strengths of both characters, and then based off of those strengths and weaknesses, I'll pick my own opinion who I think would win in the fight. So that's how it goes, and we about to start off with Hisoka's strengths. Let's get it. Alright, so starting off with Hisoka's strengths. Alright, let's see. So, one thing is for sure, Hisoka loves to fight. When I say loves to fight, like, if it was possible, he would marry fighting. I don't know how else to put it, but one thing for sure, he only likes to fight like formidable opponents, which we'll get to that later on in this video. But as for right now, he loves to fight. That is one thing for sure he loves to do. The second strength that he has OP Nen abilities. Now, I personally like his Nen abilities because it really suits his personality. And it ties into the third strength that he has, which is him being sneaky. Because you can't see it unless you use, what is it called? Gyo. You can only see his Nen if you use Gyo. So he could use that to his advantage, because if his opponent doesn't have Gyo or no Nen or whatever, which Hisoka does not, I mean, Orochimaru does not, then obviously Hisoka would really put a number on Hisoka will put a number on Orochimaru. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so that's that. Yeah, and he's sneaky. That's something. And mind you, during this video, I'll be talking a lot. Like, a lot of the strengths that Hisoka has is kind of the same ones that Orochimaru has, because these characters are very similar. That's why I paired them up against each other, just to see who is stronger, because they're very alike, just in different animes. So I find it kind of interesting. But now we're going to move on to Hisoka's weaknesses. Okay, so moving on to Hisoka's weaknesses. One thing that I mentioned earlier on in this video, mentioned it a couple of seconds ago or whatever, I mentioned that he only likes to fight formidable opponents. See, in this case, it's a strength for him because Orochimaru definitely fits in that category. But if it was someone else, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care at all. And then the second weakness that he has, he doesn't really have that many options to kill or defeat Orochimaru. If you look at, well, I'll get to Orochimaru's strengths, and we'll learn the reason why I say that later on in this video. But that's one thing that's like, I don't even know. I don't know how he would pull it off to win, but we'll see. And then another thing that he has that is very similar to Orochimaru in a way, he's too playful. He plays around too much. We never really got to see him at his full strength. I don't really think we got to see Orochimaru at his full strength either, because they're both very playful, and that could be a problem in battle for these two. But they're against each other, so I don't know how it would play out. But that's basically it for Hisoka's weaknesses. So now we'll move on to Orochimaru's side and see his strengths and his weaknesses. Let's get it. As I mentioned earlier on in this video, Hisoka and Orochimaru are very similar. Most people think that Naruto copied from Hunter x Hunter. Others think that Naruto copied from Hunter x Hunter. But honestly, I think that they were just both inspired by each other. both of the creators of each, and I see a lot of similarities. Like if you take into consideration the tuning exams and the hunter exams, that alone is like already like wow. And then in Hunter x Hunter, when you have to go in the forest and steal the badges, that's another thing that's like they have in common. And uh, Kurapika and Sasuke with the eyes, like a lot of those are very similar. And Hisoka and Orochimaru is one of them. They're very similar in the way they act and the way they conduct themselves. But moving on to Orochimaru's strengths, he loves to steal people's abilities. See, this reminds me of another character in Hunter x Hunter, and he'll have his own little battle later on. His name is Crollo, leader of the Phantom Troop, and he also steals people's abilities. But Orochimaru, he likes to, I don't know, he likes to use other people's abilities, and he has plenty of jutsus in his arsenal because of that. That's his second strength. He has a lot of jutsus to pick from when fighting Hisoka. And I feel like he'll have like the upper hand when it comes to abilities. But Hisoka will put up a good fight, bro. Just saying. Another thing, well, this is the same strength that Hisoka has that I mentioned earlier. He's very sneaky. Very sneaky. Like as you see in this picture right here, Orochimaru is right behind Itachi, and he used his snake to go around him and wrap him up to try and take his eyes. As that comes back to he loves to steal people's abilities. But now moving on to his weaknesses. Let's get it. Just like Hisoka, Orochimaru has three big weaknesses that will not really help him that much in fight. Alright, one, he's kind of big-headed. It's kind of like Hisoka, but I feel like it's more visible in Hisoka's action and Orochimaru's actions. Just I don't know. I just have a feeling that he's big-headed about like his own strength and everything. But that comes to another weakness that he has, which is that he's too reliant on others' abilities, but he uses those abilities to be big-headed and have this big head like, oh yeah, I'm so strong, no one can beat me, whatever, blah 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 blah. And he's not really scared to fight anyone, no matter who they are. It could be the strongest person alive, and he will still go after him. Like, and he'll probably just end up stealing his ability if he can't win. So that's another thing. And just like Hisoka, as I mentioned earlier on, Orochimaru is too playful. Now, with both these characters, since they're fighting each other, this shouldn't be too bad for both of them. It'll be I don't know. It would be a tougher. I actually don't know how it would play out. I really don't know how this battle will play out. I do know who the victor would be, in my opinion, but I don't know how this whole battle will play out because they're so similar to the point where I think that in the end they'll just become friends, and then they're both gonna try and hunt each other down when the time is right, as they always say. So I don't know how this battle is gonna play out, but we'll get to the victor in just a few seconds. Let's get it. And the victor of this what if battle is Orochimaru. Yeah, I feel like Orochimaru would win, mainly because of his second strength that I mentioned, the fact that he has plenty of jutsus in his arsenal. But the thing about this is that it's not his own power, so it's kind of not fair. But Hisoka wouldn't really care about that, and he would definitely put up a good fight. It would be a nice fight to watch because they're both sneaky, and I would like to see them both trying to sneak up behind each other and stuff, and knowing each other's tricks since they're like almost the same, almost identical. But I feel like Orochimaru just has a better ways of killing Hisoka, because Hisoka doesn't really have any surefire way to really kill Orochimaru. Because Orochimaru's a little bit more sneaky than Hisoka due to the fact that he has so many abilities. But yup, the victor of this match is Orochimaru, in my opinion. But if you don't agree, then you can leave your comments down in the description, in the comment section down below, and let me know, and tell me who you think would win, and give me a good reason why you think, and maybe I'll reconsider and redo this video. Probably not, but I'm just saying that just because. Yeah. So that's it for me. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be One Piece, the next manga chapter. I forgot what number it was, honestly. My fault. I got you on Thursday. All right? All right. Have a good night, guys. Peace.